Consider this a successful way of planning for your month. Before payday or before you receive your income, what we're going to do is the budget. For preparing our budget, we're going to use an Excel sheet. You can see we have the document opened. Then we're going to come here under the sheet part, right click and insert. And what you're going to choose here is a spreadsheet solution here, and you will choose personal monthly budget and double click. So you can see it has opened with the monthly budget. We're going to work with about 50,000 budget, that is in Kenya shillings. So we have income of 50,000 and no additional incomes. No additional income. Yeah. So according to this budget, the way it has projected, it's inaccurate. So we are going to go as to our estimate. So how much can a person who is earning 50,000, how much should they pay for rent? What they say is that your rent should be between 10 to 20%. So let's give it 20%, which is 10,000. Yeah, and actual is 10,000. For the phone, maybe we can say you use 500, and this is on a very tight month. Yeah. Electricity, it's a bit expensive nowadays, so depending on the size of your family, it can go up to 2,000, or let's say 1,000, because you're really on a tight budget. The next thing is gas. Gas right now is about 3,000, assuming it runs out every day. So the first thing you note is that your housing expense has gone up to 14,500 and you have 50,000. So you need to be very cautious about other expenses, okay, so that you are able to balance. So the next thing we're going to do is transportation. We will assume that you don't have a car loan. It is just an assumption. If you do, you can just include it. And you use a bus to work. So assuming you spend 200 per day and you go to work for 22 days, that will be 4,000 for your transport, 4,400. And don't forget, this does not include any other movement that you have. But since you're on a tight budget, we're trying to work at the optimum. So one of the ways you can save your cost is reducing your movement other than what you need to do. When it comes to insurance, maybe you're not paying home insurance, you're not paying for your medical, maybe you have an arrangement with your employer or something like that, and maybe you're not even paying for your life cover. So under insurance, there is no expense. So this is the next place with a huge expense. So for groceries, we can assume maybe you spend 8,000 in full. Dining out with a salary of 50, maybe 2,000 per month. Just an assessment. Maybe you can avoid dining out. You don't have to, depending on how the outcome of the budget will be like. So assuming you don't have a pet that needs to be taken care of, the next thing is personal care. We said we are hoping you have a medical cover catered for by your employer. Then we have nails. You may say you do your nails at a maximum of 500. Okay, hair and nails, maybe you can give it a budget of 2,000. Yeah, for clothing, maybe you don't buy every month, so we can just let it pass. For dry cleaning, I don't think you take a lot of stuff, so maybe it's not every month. Health club and organizational dues, I'm assuming you're not in them yet. Okay. So we go to entertainment. I don't think nowadays people use DVDs and videos. CDs, same thing. So here maybe you're paying for Netflix and you take the minimum package of 300. Maybe you don't go for concerts, you don't have sporting events, you don't have others, but maybe you have a day you go for maybe to watch your football or something outdoors. So you can maybe give yourself a budget of 1.5 for maybe your drink and the things you might take when you're out there. Okay, this is on a very minimal, so I'm hoping you can see how it works. So we are assuming you have a personal loan that you're paying maybe 6,000 per month. 6,000. Maybe you could be having a student loan. I will assume you don't have. Then you could be having a credit card. I will also assume you don't have, but you can be having a circle loan perhaps, or just another circle or bank loan, or bank loan. Also, that one you're paying maybe 5,000. 5,000. Maybe a personal loan, 6,000 is a bit on the higher side, so we can reduce it to about 3,000. 3,000. Then we have taxes. By the time you're getting your net of 50, taxes has been deducted in most cases. Maybe you have your retirement account. If you don't have a plan with your employer, maybe it's time you consider, or an investment account that you send maybe like 3,000 per month. I don't know whether we are still within budget, but we'll see. Let me tell you, if there is a budget which is always forgotten, is this charity, because you will most likely have it in a month. So we'll put it at 1.5. Maybe a friend has lost a loved one. Maybe you're having a wedding. Maybe you're having another meetup with your friends and all that. So you can't say that you don't need to budget for gifts and donations. So I don't think, I'm assuming you don't have any judgment, any alimony, any child care, any legal fees that you need to take care of. So basically that's it. And we have really squeezed our budget to an extent that we have a balance. Can you imagine? The question would be, how realistic is this budget? Because if you have a surplus of 4,800, then it means that is money you can save comfortably. And if we come here and say 4,800 divided by 50,000 times 100, that is 9.6%. So the 10% we were looking for, as to know where we can get the money to save, there you have it. Of course, this was a dummy budget because not everyone is earning 50,000. Some earn more, some earn less. So you can see if this is your projection, it is a realistic budget. Yeah, leave a comment down below if your budget is like this. So before we exit the budget, I think I want us to look at the percentages that we are working with for this particular budget. So for housing, okay, we have decided 4,800 we are saving. So 9.6 goes to saving. So let's compute how much is your housing expense. 14.5 divided by 50,000. 29%. I feel like 29% is on the higher side, but since it includes your phone, electricity, gas, maybe, but you can see if it is worth reducing, or you might have to increase, because I'm working on a really tight budget. Yeah, so we are done with that one. We can go to the next one, which is transport. To be honest, transport is really tight, so we are just working with an estimate. Divide by 50,000 times 100 is 8.8%, which is on the lower side because you have not moved anywhere else other than work. You might need to go and visit someone or visit your parents, so you can see that one is not included there, so you need to adjust that one. Then you can see for the food is 10,000. Foodstuffs are very expensive nowadays, so you need to, for you to keep up with this 10,000, that's basically 5%. 10,000. You 20%. 20% is on food. Yeah. So for you to keep up with this budget, you need to go shopping, maybe in wholesale stores and the market. Honestly, if you go to the market, you can even spend less, and maybe you can choose not to dine out. So the next expense is hair. This budget is for purposes of ensuring that you don't live within your means. Divide by 50 times 100. 4% goes to self-care. Let's call it self-care, because you can do nails, you can do braids. Trust me, if you don't have a big budget, you can definitely spend the 2,000. You'll go to cheaper salons, you'll make your nails at home. You can even discover a friend who makes hair at home. So it's quite easy to get someone. So the next one is entertainment. Entertainment is 1,800. Again, we want to see what percentage goes to entertainment. That is 3.6% goes to entertainment. I don't think it's a lot. I think it's reasonable. I don't know. Leave a comment down below as to what you think. But the good thing with entertainment, maybe you can forego part of the entertainment and maybe just have home entertainment. The next thing is we have loans. If you don't have any loans, good for you. If you have loans, we are working with 8%, 8,000. So let's see what percentage it is. 8,000 divided by 50,000 times 100 is 16%. Not bad, not bad. But remember, these loans must be helping you. They should not be loans for your consumables. Yeah. And of course, the last thing is investment. No, we have gifts and donation before investment. So it is 3,000. 3,000 divided by 50,000 times 100. Investment is 6%. I feel like it's on the lower side. It should at least be 10%, but at least you're doing something. It's better than nothing. So the next one is the gifts. We said 1,500, but it's on the lower side. But if it is what works for you, it's okay. So gifts is 3%, and this includes donations that you give to your friends. Maybe they have an event or something. Yeah, so basically, if you allocate it that way, honestly, you realize that your budget has a surplus. Yeah. Leave a comment below and let me know what you think about this budget. Honestly, this budget is really tight. But if you're able to do that, you can see it will leave you with a surplus. Yeah. So thank you so much for watching this budgeting episode. At least for once, we have done it end to end together, and it entails each and every expense at the end of your month. And you should do this before payday. If you're paid before you do this, then you will find yourself maybe having spent some of the money before you allocate it to the budget. Yeah, so thank you so much for watching, and see you on our next one. Bye.